Guys, in just a few months, the 26th edition of the World Cup 2026 will take place in America, in Canada, and Mexico. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And just like I love it, man, I'm counting the minutes, the hours, the days. I know you all love the World Cup. This World Cup will be a little different, right? The format is going to be 48 teams, 104 games. It's going to be a round of 32. So listen, man, here are my early predictions. And of course, I wasn't going to do it by myself. I brought my guy RSM. I got Warrior to help me with tiebreakers, to help me with first, second, third, and fourth, all the way down to the quarterfinals, the semis, and the final, and the World Cup winner. So I hope you guys truly enjoy this video. I know it's longer than I would have wished, but I hope you guys can enjoy it. I'll put some timestamps so that you guys can skip through it. And guys, I would appreciate if you hit the like button, you subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments who will win the FIFA World Cup 2026. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna get straight right into it. I'm not trying to make this video super long, and I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. But the first one up, man, we have to start. The same team, the same game that started was debut in the 2010 World Cup, Mexico versus South Africa. That will be again. No, what are the odds, right? A lot of fun facts are going to be thrown here all over the place. But let's start with Mexico, man. Javier Aguirre's boys in 2025 had a pretty successful season. They won the CONCACAF Nations League in March, and then they won the Gold Cup in July as well. And one of my breakthrough players, Gilberto Morra, I think he will be one of my breakthrough players for the whole entire tournament. I think the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Real Madrid, they're already trying to fight for this kid. But we're gonna have to see. Now, next up, I have South Korea. Have very impressive qualification. They topped the group with Jordan and Iraq. Players like Min Song, right? Now he plays for LAFC. He left Europe. He's gonna be one of the watch players for them as well. But you know what? They do have players all over Europe as well, like Lin Ken Ing. Heng Cheng is another the striker that scored in the last World Cup against Portugal that sent into the round of 16. But the most recent game, right? They just also beat Paraguay just a couple months ago, which actually was a pretty impressive victory for them. When it comes to South Africa, though, I think they had very successful qualifiers as well. They topped the group, the same group with Nigeria, the top rivals, right? And they were able to be on top, and that's essentially what eliminated Nigeria. Nigeria was one of the really one of those national teams that was everyone was like, they thought that they were the favorites, and this South Africa, even after fielding a player illegally, they got subtracted 3 points, and they still were able to top this group, which is actually very, very impressive. Now, before I move on, right, we have to figure out who is going to be Pod D. So my prediction here is just going to be Denmark or Ireland. I'm going to vote for Denmark, and now I want you guys, before we talk about who's first, second, and third, and fourth, I want you guys to vote, and then if hopefully there'll be a tiebreaker between all three of us. So I'm voting for Denmark. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'd go for Denmark as well out of the
I,
D.
I think given the fact that Christensen is gonna miss that game, I think I'm itching to Ireland because
You want to go
Troy.
Ireland?
Yeah, because they had a crazy last few games. I mean, Portugal, they beat Portugal. They beat Hungary in a remontada fashion. I think they have the momentum, and I think
It's
they
gonna be
can give.
also it's Macedonia is the on other one, and Czech, right? So I'm going. So I'm gonna do tiebreaker since it's two against one. We're gonna go with Denmark. So this is
Okay.
the way it's gonna roll for the whole predictions thing.
Yeah.
So being said all of that, let's get into the predictions. I want let's start with RSM. Give me your all your first, second, third, and fourth, and then we'll go Warrior, and then I'll go myself. Then
Yeah.
for Group B, we'll start with Warrior, and we'll just keep going the same way.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
start, RSM.
So for me, I think it's an interesting conversation. I think South Korea is always a very strong team in World Cups. When they do show up, they're they're a very good team, very difficult. So I think that for me, for second. I think this in terms of the three teams, obviously Mexico are gonna have home field advantage, right? They're gonna have the crowd
Mm-hmm.
in every single group stage game.
Yeah.
However, since the Gold Cup final, Mexico has failed to beat any team they've gone up against. I think it's been 6 or 7
Mm.
matches with no wins, no wins, just
Yeah.
all draws and losses. So in terms of form, they're one of the worst performing teams going into this World Cup so far. And South Africa is going to be interesting because AFCON is currently going on. So I think after AFCON, you can have a lot bigger conversation. What does the South African team look
Exactly.
like? They just beat
Yeah.
Angola. This Friday, it's Egypt, South Africa, big test for South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I do think I see Mexico, finishing first. I'd probably
Okay.
give it to South Korea and then South Africa, but I could easily see
Oh
South Africa
wow.
getting first or second. It just depends on. I need to see the AFCON. I need to see what they do in AFCON. They need to
That's
prove it
true.
to me that they are up to the level
Okay.
that everybody says they're at. That's for me. You have to prove it. South Korea,
Okay.
they get to semifinals, they get to finals. They get to the later stages of the tournaments that they have in Asia. I need South Africa to do that now. Give me a good run in the AFCON and we can talk. And then
All right.
then whatever team comes to the pot, I think I'm putting last. I think Denmark is not well suited to this group as much as people would think. In terms
Okay.
of the football that they
Mm.
play, I think South Africa will be all over them. I think Mexico with the home field
I
advantage, the
think
energy will
whoever,
outrun
yeah,
them.
I think whoever qualifies as their last, I think they'll be in fourth. I think they're
Okay.
gonna be fourth,
Yeah.
definitely.
But I'll say Mexico, despite having the home advantage, I actually looked up them as well. I think they're one of the worst. Like RSM said, they have worst form. But home advantage can help, and they can get peak at the right time. You never know what's gonna happen at the World Cup. But I think South Africa. Watched that game against Angola. I mean, that second goal, they have a good chemistry. Lyle falls through. They have good players.
Yeah,
I'm having a lot of expectation for them, and this might be
sounds like
recency
I'm gonna
bias.
be the tiebreaker.
I think I'm gonna go for them as number one. This might be shocking. I think South Africa is number one. I think South Korea will be second as well because they have Kim Min Jae,
Oh,
the Bayern defender. They have a lot of good players. Lee Kang In, Son Heung-min. They have Wee Hee Jan who plays for Wolves as well. They have a lot of good players. I think they'll be second, and I think Mexico, despite them being the home team, I think they might be third. And like you guys said, pot three, pot four, or whoever, what you say, qualify as last will be number four, in my opinion, as well.
all right. So it looks like I got to be the tiebreaker here. Honestly, it's a tricky one. I think this is a group that everyone feels like they can top this group, right? Except for maybe Denmark or Ireland. Like, let's be honest, if Ireland ends up qualifying to this thing, they're looking at themselves and saying, "We can be Mexico. I mean, why couldn't we be South Africa as well? Korea." I think this is a very even or more even than people think.
Mm.
I think I will lean towards Warrior on this one, and I'm gonna do tiebreaker here. I'm gonna go with South Africa. I do like the cohesion. I think they have a very good team. They don't have a lot of superstars, but they play
Mm.
great. I mean, topping Nigeria for me, that was huge. Even after getting subtracted 3 points, I
Yeah.
think if they can top that group, they can very well do the same thing here. I'm gonna go Mexico. I think Mexico being at home, starting at the Estadio Azteca, that automatically gives them so much more advantage. And I think over South Africa, they're going to pick them up at home. And I do think they can get a very good result. I think a draw at the very least, and that's going to be important towards the rest of the group. So that leaves Korea with, I think Korea, though, they are a very good team. One of my favorite Asian teams, by the way. I do think they will advance to the round of 32, which is going to be different, right? This year, like I said, in the World Cup, there's going to be a round of 32 rather than
Mm.
from the group stages jumping all the way down to the round of 16 like it usually does. This year, there's just more teams, so they're going to be they're going to have more teams. So anyway, does that this sound good? Or what do you guys
Yeah.
think, RSM? Where are we at? Are we fine here?
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I could easily see South Africa finishing first as well. I just need to see the AFCON personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to Group B. All right, so now, listen, man. So Group B, right? We have the likes of Canada. I think out of all the CONCACAF teams, right? I think Canada got screwed. I think they have the toughest group out of all the CONCACAF teams, in my opinion. But anyway, maybe we can agree or disagree. But listen, man, they have a very tough group. And no, they are the Copa America semifinals, and they lost against Argentina. They had a very, very good Copa America. They did get knocked out though in the CONCACAF quarterfinals by Guatemala. That was a very bad thing for them. I couldn't believe it. Guatemala hadn't been in the quarterfinal in the semifinals for like very long time. Next up, I'm gonna have Switzerland. I know. I think this is a Swiss team that gets overlooked every single World Cup, and they always overachieved, in my opinion. So this is a team that has to be taken very serious in all competitions, especially competitions like this. They have the Embolo, their striker, Ruben Vargas, who's an amazing player, Manuel Akanji. I think overall, they have a very good team. And let's be honest, right? Qatar is just only notes I wrote about Qatar is that they're happy to be here. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
think this is
Yeah.
this for me. This is gonna be an automatic. This is gonna be an automatic
fourth.
last place for me. Now
Mhm.
we need to vote on who is going to advance. To me, in this out of this whole path A, right? For me, it's gonna be Italy or Wales. But what are you guys are saying? And
Yeah,
we'll
I'd,
start.
I'd go
Yeah,
Italy.
yeah. You go Italy. What about you, Warrior?
Uh, are those the only two options, or are the
No,
other
no, no.
two?
I believe who else is in there? I did
It's Italy,
wrote.
Northern Ireland, Wales, and Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah, I think Italy. I'm gonna go for Italy then.
Yeah.
I think
So
they have the best
both
strength.
so both of you say Italy, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got no objection. I mean, Italy. There's absolutely no way Italy misses the World Cup for a third straight time in a row. That would be just ridiculous to me. It has to be. It has to be Italy. All right. So now we start with Warrior. Talk to me. Who is going to be first, second, third, and fourth?
I think Switzerland will be first, in my opinion, and I think this will be the last push for the golden generation they had, you can say, or the generation like Granit Xhaka's, Akanji. This will be the last big
Mm-hmm.
tournament, in my opinion. Bril Embolo as well, who's been always scoring the World Cups. Shaqiri, I think he retired.
Yeah,
But
he's not there no more.
yeah, I think they'll still have the enough qualities to beat Canada and Qatar, in my opinion. So I'll go for them number one. And Italy being there, I think they're not a good team, to be honest. I've watched them against Norway, and they are not good. So even Canada can beat them. You never know. But as of right now, on paper, I'll put them second, and I'll put Canada third, and Qatar will just be happy to be there as fourth.
Yeah.
In my
Okay.
opinion.
Okay. So, you want me to? Should I go second and then you go third, RSM?
We can
Because
do that.
you'll be the tiebreaker this time. All right. Listen. To my opinion, it's gonna be a hot take, and you guys may not like this. I actually think Italy, for all things considered, if they find themselves with this ticket, I think they can run away with this group. And I know Switzerland. I just said take them seriously or whatever. And sure, I do understand that, but I do think that they got like super lucky with this group. And I
Mhm.
do see Italy being first here. I do see Switzerland, like Warrior just said. I think their team is incredible. I
Mhm.
do see Canada though. Canada will qualify just because I have they Canada had a bad year, but they've also been injured a lot. They have a lot of injuries this last year, so a lot of people are overlooking them. I do
Yeah.
think that they actually have a very good team, but I do see them as number three, and of course Qatar will be my fourth. But take it away, RSM. You'll be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I think it's difficult because I do think that Italy, in terms of players and names, are big, but in terms of their play,
Yeah,
they've not
but
been a good team
okay. So
for a
RSM, can
while.
you agree though? Can you agree with what I said though? Like they got lucky to be drawn in Group B,
Yeah, for sure,
in
for
terms of
sure,
a
for
team
sure.
who haven't qualified yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking at not only obviously we have to qualify, but if you do qualify, you get one of the easier groups. Because I do think, like you said, it's the last gasp of this Switzerland generation. So I do think that they're going to. I think for me, Switzerland's probably going to finish third. I think Qatar's going to finish last. Obviously, that's a given. And I do think it's between
Mhm.
Canada and whoever gets. And then
So
it
wait,
might
who's
be
your
Italy.
first again?
For me, it's between. I think I might go Canada first because I do think they're going to try
Oh,
to
okay.
go
So
all out.
this is
Ooh.
So
Okay.
that's where it comes to my issue
okay.
because I don't Qatar. I think it's I think a lot of the between Italy, Canada, and Switzerland, none of them are going to beat each other enough. I think it's gonna come down to maybe who gets better goal difference against Qatar.
Okay.
Like that's what
All
it
right.
might be that close. So that's why I think it's
So
for me. This group is difficult too because I think a lot of the teams are equal. I don't necessarily agree that Italy's gonna run away with it because I haven't seen any play from Italy that shows me that they're willing to run away with games.
okay, so
Mm.
that means we need a tiebreaker. That for the first time. So on our second group, we're all divided here. So who's gonna convince who to be the top one? Because one of these teams, should we give it to Canada because they're gonna have a home field advantage?
Canada for me, it's I'll be shocked actually if they top the group, man. I don't see them winning against Italy, for
Me too.
example. I don't see them beating Switzerland even. Alfonso Davis, to be honest, was missing the last year for them, but I don't think him himself can carry them. And the last World Cup, they actually got grouped as well with having not so.
They also
They
have
faced
the likes
Belgium.
of Buchanan. They have Jonathan David, Alfonso David. I mean, their team is not it's not that
Mm.
bad, but I do think that Canada first. It's a little crazy to me too. But they are at home. They get at least second, in my opinion. But I don't know. I,
I
I would
mean,
say. So how do we do this tiebreaker?
I
I
think
didn't expect us
I
to
can I
have
can
a different.
concede. I mean, I can concede Italy being one. To be honest, I can see them potentially peaking there. You never know. Because they haven't been to the actual World Cup. They only got
Yeah.
knocked out before. So if they manage to get into the World Cup, they'll get more
All
confident
right.
this time,
Sorry,
arguably. So
RSM. Now that's 2 votes for Italy. Italy hot take wins. I think Switzerland and Canada. Who's second? Canada? Let's give it to Canada. They're the homes. Ah man, that's crazy though. I
I
mean
think I told you
Switzerland.
I think whoever gets second and third is gonna between second and third is probably gonna come down to whoever scores the most goals against Qatar. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll give it to Switzerland.
yeah.
I think a lot of third place teams will qualify, guys. So it's not even a big deal to be third, to be
The
honest.
first eight,
Uh,
top eight.
Mm.
Yeah, exactly. So now we have Group C. Brazil. I have a lot of thoughts on Brazil for this World Cup. It's a lot of hit and miss. But man, like the first thing I want to say, they got knocked out of Copa America in the quarterfinals by Uruguay. They
Yep.
were fifth place in the qualifiers, guys. This is fifth place in the qualifiers. If the competition never expanded, if the competition never expanded, they would have gone to the playoff, the playing tournament, not a,
Yep.
not a direct ticket to the World Cup, which is kind of insane to me. Now, next up, I have Morocco. I do think Morocco will be one of the biggest surprises. They were the biggest surprises of the World of Qatar 2022. They made it
Mm.
to the semifinals. By beating the likes of they topped the group with Croatia, Belgium, and Canada, and they knocked out Spain and Portugal in the World Cup. So this is a very, very interesting team. And I think, I don't know, might be a little bit of a hot take. We'll see what you guys think. But I think they're better than the World Cup 4 years ago, in my personal opinion. Next up, I have Scotland. They're the first qualification. This is going to be their first qualification since 1998. And the fun fact about this is the last time they were in the World Cup, they were in the same group with Morocco and Brazil, and now they find themselves so many years later, right? Morocco and Brazil in the same group, and they did top. By the way, they did top the group
Yes.
that had Denmark, Greece, and Belarus. I think they are playing just beautiful football. And let's be honest, IT making their first World Cups in 1974, guys. I mean, seriously, when is El Salvador gonna do something like this, man? I'm just waiting for Salvador to do something since 19, who knows what, man. But and they were in a group, right? They were able to top a group and qualify directly to the World Cup after in the same group with the likes of Costa Rica and Honduras. So the reason why Costa Rica is not in this World Cup, man, IT has a lot to do with that. And I think actually it's my turn to take it away. I'm gonna start with my first one. My first, I vote for Morocco. I think Morocco, like I just said, I think they are better. they are better than just 4 years ago, in my opinion. And they made it all the way to the semifinals. They had an incredible run. I think right now they're hosting the AFCON, and that's going to say a lot, right? They have a lot of expectations on their backs because they're hosting it and they're literally favorites. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. But to me, Morocco will be one. I actually think Brazil will be number two. Scotland will be three, and IT will be fourth, in my opinion. Take it away, RSM.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with the order. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to IT. I think its people
Yeah.
have gone through a lot. The home team, I think, haven't played a home game in 2 years plus. So the
Oh,
fact that they
mhm.
qualified is
Yeah.
massive for their people, for their country. So I'm glad that they get that bit of joy.
Mm,
That being said, I do think they're gonna finish last. I don't see them getting any points, to be honest. But
mm,
still very, very proud of them. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
I think Scotland third. I agree with Brazil second, and I agree with Morocco first. To be
So,
honest, I think
go
Brazil
ahead.
still has a lot of deficiencies. That Morocco, I don't think Morocco in the past 4 years, compared to the last World Cup, has seen any drop off in terms of the team as a whole. In terms of Brazil, they're not missing Neymar. And
Yeah.
the reason they finished, it's that easy. The reason they finished fifth in South America is because they didn't have Neymar. It was that simple. They weren't that bad before Neymar went down. When Neymar went down for the national team, it was over. They went on a spiral down the table.
yeah.
They clawed it
Yeah.
back at the end to get fifth after they
And now
got
they have
Ancelotti in. But
Ancelotti, though. Ancelotti does seem to have somewhat of a direction here for Brazil
yeah,
since he
Yeah.
took over. But it's still a little bit shaky. I mean, what he took over was just a mess. Go
Yeah. I
ahead,
mean,
Brian.
do you guys think Neymar is gonna make it though?
no,
Maybe,
I,
but
I, people keep saying that Brazil needs Neymar, but I'm like, dude. I mean, he's on his last legs, man. How can he help them
yeah,
in
he
the
just
World
he
Cup?
just he just had surgery. I think like
yeah.
I
yesterday.
mean,
There's no
I
way.
think maybe he gets called up just like a leadership type of role, but not to like
Yeah.
literally help them or anything.
But look, it doesn't matter what I say because you guys already have the same order.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I think you guys, Morocco, I think I'm actually disagreeing. I think they lost Hakim Ziyech, they lost Soufiane Boufal. They also what you say, the midfielders Azedin Onahi, they're not as good. I mean, you guys watched the last AFCON, they lost to South Africa, who are even better now. So I think even the last opening game in the AFCON, I was not really impressed by them. Brahim Diaz,
Mm-hmm.
Sufyan, like even the striker in Nasiri, who was crucial against Portugal and Spain, is not even playing anymore for them. He's bench. So I think they kind of regressed from the 2022 World Cup squad they had, in my opinion. But I think Scotland is very, very underrated team. Under Scott McTominay has been absolutely
Mm-hmm.
amazing. Tom McKinn. They have Kieran Tierney as well. They have a solid squad,
Yeah.
and I
Very
think
solid.
they will go far. I think they will go far. Maybe even finish second, and I think Morocco might even finish third, in my
Wow,
opinion.
that's
But
that's a hot take, bro. That's a hot
that's a hot
take.
take. That's a hot take.
All right, we'll
Look,
see. We're
yeah,
gonna go
we'll
back
see.
to
So
this
after,
anyway.
This is one of those that I think they're in the same position in South Africa. In order for me to downgrade them in terms of a prediction, I need to see what the
after
AFCON looks like.
yeah,
No,
same
I
for
think
me.
they're gonna look great, bro. Especially at home. I think they're just gonna run away with this thing. Now let's move on to Group D, guys. We're gonna do all the way up until the finals. So let me move in a little bit quicker here. So,
All right.
the USA is the first one up in Group D. Listen, man. Just a year ago, I probably would have said, yeah, they're cooked in this group. But listen, man. Since Mauricio Pochettino came into this team, they do have a little bit of a direction here. That just a couple of months ago, in the last few months, right? They beat the likes of Japan, which was very impressive. They drew to Ecuador, and they beat Bolivia, and they absolutely slapped Uruguay. So I don't want to take too much on just friendlies here, but they do seem to have been playing so much better, especially without the likes of Pulisic, Timothy Weah, McKennie as well. These guys haven't even played, and they have been just playing a beautiful football in the last couple of months. And now next up, I'm going to have Australia. They did have a good run. They were second in a group with Japan. Japan is one of for many, it's going to be the best Asian club, right? They're just the runner ups in the last World Cup to France. That's something
Mm,
that needs to be talked about. And they gave Argentina a very, very tough match, and we'll remember when Messi scored that goal to put them away 2-1. I think this team plays very good complementary football. I do love this team. Now, next up is going to be Paraguay. Paraguay is a very interesting club in my opinion, because I think it's a tale of two halves between 4 years ago and right now. Because they were just stinking it up, especially in the Copa America. They were in terrible form. But you know what? They hired Gustavo Alfaro, and since then, I think life has really changed for them. They beat the likes of Brazil, they beat the likes of Argentina, and you can clearly see it before and after in this Paraguay side. And I think that for me, next up, we have to vote. Who will ultimately be coming out of Pat C? And let me remind you guys. I think it's Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, and Kosovo. To me, I'm going to vote for Turkey. I think Arda Güler, Yildiz, I think these two players alone will do wonders, especially in this group that can be easily tapped. I think I'm going to go with them. What about you guys?
I'll go Turkey as well. Oh God,
All
they
right.
should be qualifying.
All right.
Yeah, I go
RSM,
Turkey.
Turkey.
I think
All right.
Turkey
So
goes through.
okay, so let's assume Turkey they will get the the final spot, and like so now RSM, you take it away. It's your turn to start, and give it to me.
Yeah, so for me, I'm definitely gonna go USA first. I agree. I think US looks a lot better, and they have again they're playing all the games at home, so they should win them.
Mm-hmm.
No excuses and no qualms. I'm so sorry. Like if this golden generation, right, of the best US players are meant to do anything, you need to top this group. I'm so sorry
Right
because
now
growing
is the
up,
time to do it.
yeah, because growing up, the US teams that I watched, right, especially like in 2010, which was the first World Cup that I really remember, it wasn't that the team had a lot of technical players, but everybody played with heart. Everybody had grit. That's what it was.
Uh
The
huh.
US was a very gritty team, very difficult to defeat, very physical. And
Yeah.
now, the US team's like, oh, they're better technical play. This player's playing here and here. All right, prove it. Top the
Mm-hmm.
group. And then second, I'm actually gonna go Paraguay
Mm-hmm.
because I do think Paraguay
Oh,
had the second best defensive record in all of South America. In 18 matches, there are only 10 goals conceded against
Yeah.
and we're talking about South American side, Ecuador, Colombia, Uruguay, Brazil, doesn't matter. Oh, 10 goals in 18 games. Second best defensive record. They had the
No,
same
and
amount of
they
goals conceded.
RSM, and they qualified. Sorry to interrupt. They qualified directly to the World Cup, and that was after
They
starting
uh,
like really bad.
and again, Paraguay finished sixth in the table, but third through sixth in South America went down a goal difference. Everybody had 28, 28, 28, 28. Brazil finished fifth because they had three more goals than Paraguay. Everybody had the
Mm-hmm.
same points though. So when I look at that, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, okay, in that sense, I don't think Paraguay is going to be easy to beat whatsoever, right? Do I think Australia has firepower to get past a defense that Argentina couldn't get past, that Colombia
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get past, that Brazil couldn't get past? I don't think
Yeah.
so. Do I think Turkey
Yeah.
has the ability to do that? I don't think so. That's why I'm putting Paraguay second. Then
Okay.
I'm probably gonna go Turkey and Australia. I'm not buying into a lot of Australia hype. I think they have a good team. I just think that the teams in this group have more to
Are
offer.
better.
That's it.
Okay. What
okay.
about you, Warren?
Ooh. That's some good points RSM put me because I don't watch Paraguay like that. I know the good player they have now who plays for Brighton. I don't know his name, Gomez or
Eh,
something. Like
yeah,
he came
Gomez.
from
Yeah,
Inter
Diego
Miami.
Gomez.
Yeah, he came
Diego
from Inter
Gomez.
Miami as well.
Yeah. hmm
Do they have still Miguel Almiron playing there? Maybe I
No,
don't
I'm pretty
know.
sure his time is
No.
done. But they have Enciso, who's also like
And
a Brighton
Sisto, yeah.
player. Yeah.
USA they have also good players like Timothy Weah, Weston McKennie. I mean,
Yeah.
Pochettino hasn't really convinced me though, and I really really rate Turkey very high, man. I think I'm gonna go Turkey number one, Paraguay second, and I think USA might be third, and the last spot will be last spot.
Okay.
Well,
So
yeah,
no. So for me,
oh,
I
yeah,
do agree.
Australia,
I do
yeah, go
agree
on.
with RSM. I think being a home side, playing all the games at home,
Have to, man.
I think usually the home side in the World Cup does extremely well throughout history. Like I said, I think they have played extremely well under Pochettino. I do understand where he is coming from as far as
hmm
Pochettino. Not it's not he's not a lot of people's cup of tea. Not my cup of tea either. But he is doing a pretty good job, and he hasn't been starting his starters. He has been balling out. For example, guys, USA, they already It's almost like they have a Nostradamus or something. They play Paraguay already, and they play Australia, and beat them both. So they already beat both of these teams just a couple of months ago. If they did it then, I think they'll do it again. My next stop will be Paraguay. Like I said, what they're doing over there, I do see this team making a pretty good run in the World Cup with Gustavo Alfaro. I think ever since he came on to this team, I think it's been great. Now this is where I have a little bit of a hot take. I do disagree. I think Turkey will be last.
Ooh,
But you guys, both of you guys had him third, didn't you?
I had them
Yeah.
first, to be honest.
Yeah, he had first. I had them third.
You have them third. All right. Okay. So out of Australia and Turkey, realistically, let's have a quick discussion. Who do you guys think can qualified for the round of 32?
I
If I
think
had to put
Turkey.
money on it, I'd probably say Turkey over Australia.
Okay. What about you, Warrior?
Turkey. I know Australia had a good last year World Cup, but I think Turkey
All right.
has
I actually think
better.
it's Australia, but you guys win. Australia will be fourth. If Australia advances to the round of 32, dude, I might need some I told you so's. All right. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
all right. So next up, all right. So next up, we're gonna have Germany, Group E. All right. So
Oof.
Germany, 2014 World Cup champions. God damn it, man! They beat Argentina in the freaking overtime. And then
Yeah.
Julian Nagelsmann. I mean, they seem to have figured out some things. They were kind of like really a disappointment until he showed up. And I think in their group of the qualifiers, they have 16 goals in 6 games, which is actually pretty impressive, and only conceded 3. Now,
Yeah.
Musiala has been out. He will be back just in time for the World Cup, and I think that'll be very interesting. Of course, we know this team is like the likes of Watamade, Wears, Kimmich. They have a very very good team. And next up, man, what do you know? Ecuador, man, RSM, man. Shout out to your team, and the guy. I do think Ecuador have the greatest defense. I don't know. RSM can tell me if I'm flipping here, but I think Ecuador has the best defense in the entire World Cup, in my opinion.
Yes.
Now,
Ooh.
this
That's
is
bar none.
this.
That's not an argument.
I mean, they do have the likes
Yeah.
of Pacho, Hincapié,
I think
Estupinian,
France has better.
Caicedo, and but they still have it in Valencia. But I think they do get too many draws. I think they don't have a good offense. I think that might be the problem here. But defensively, man, that might be enough to just send them straight to the round of the 32. But we'll see. Next up, I have Ivory Coast. Right now, Ivory Coast it's crazy, man. They qualify top in their group. They have 25 goals in 10 games and 0 goals conceded. Now they are the AFCON winners in 2024. They do have the likes of Casey, Diallo, Fofana, Nicolas Pepe, and quite frankly, guys, the next stop is going to be Curacao, and they're just happy to be here, man. They're just here for the fun.
Yeah, they got drawn
This group
into
is
the worst group. Yeah.
Yeah.
so I think it's Warrior to start things out with this group, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
All right.
I really like Ecuador. I mean, Piero Hincapie and William Bacho. I mean, that's a crazy, crazy centre back partnership there. Germany, I'm not really, really high on them. I think
Mhm.
the squad that they have I think I'm not really, really convinced by them. I mean, the striking options are I don't even know who's going to be the striker.
Well,
Uh,
Tamale? You mean the
Oh yeah,
Newcastle striker, right?
Walter will be the striker for them, it will be his first big tournament because he hasn't played the
Yeah.
Euros. I think he's still young. Uh, I'm a I'm a go for Ecuador number one, surprisingly.
Okay. All right. No, that's cool.
And Germany will be second, and Ivory Coast. I haven't watched them that much, and they haven't even picked Nicolas Pepe, so I don't think he will be even making the World Cup as well because he's having a feud with the Confederation. So I think though he will be third. Ivory Coast will be third, and Curacao will be just happy to be there as at number
Okay.
4. Big
All right.
respect.
I'm gonna go next, and I'm just gonna go as far as to say RSM will have tiebreaker on this one. I have Germany top in this group. I think they are the best all around team. Like I said, I do respect Ecuador. They have a great defense. For as great as their defense is, I think their attack is just as out of iffy. Hit and miss. They don't have a lot on offensively. They've got too many draws, in my opinion. And when I'm looking at Germany, man, with like I said, with Liza Musiala, man, that I think Nagelsmann is doing a great job here. I think they have enough to top this group. I do have Ecuador just solely on defense, straight to the round of 32. I do think they qualify second. And Ivory Coast, I think they will qualify for the World Cup at the round of 32 as well by being the third team. And Curacao, like I said, just happy to be here. Now, RSM, take it away, man. It's your team.
Yeah, listen. Before people say I'm, how you being negative about Ecuador. I'm gonna start by saying the good thing. I do believe we are the best defensive team in the world. We conceded 5 goals in 18 matches in South American qualifying.
That's
5
crazy.
goals.
Man. That's crazy.
5 goals, and 2 of them. One of them was a Rafinha. No, my bad. It was Rodrigo deflected off of 2 defenders from outside the box and went in. You know what I'm saying? And another one was the first game where Argentina barely beat us 1-0 because of a Messi free kick at the 89th. I'm so happy Messi's retiring because I'm tired of him scoring free kicks against Ecuador. I'm tired, bro. A big man, I'm tired, man. Give it up. Every day, free kick against Ecuador. I'm tired, bro. I'm tired.
That's crazy.
I do got to say, yeah, I think we're the best defensive team, bar none. Because another person that you didn't mention in defense is Ordóñez, who plays for Club Brugge.
Oh,
and he's one of the best. He's one of the best, young defenders in all of Europe right now. And I said he's the next one. Big up. Because I called Hincapié, I called Pacho. Nobody listened to me. I told Chelsea fans we got to get them. They told me you're only doing this because they're Ecuadorian. And I said, all right, don't listen to me. And here we go. And here we are.
No, man.
But
Pacho
listen,
made the fifth pro for the first Ecuadorian ever to do that.
Caicedo should have made it too. I don't know what.
I know.
Listen, you're European bias because he tied up with Jude. But anyways, we're gonna go past that. I do think though that I agree with you 100%. My biggest issue with Ecuador is the attack because I think 60 or 70% of our goals come from Ener Valencia, who's my grandpa in a wheelchair at this point in the World Cup. So it's like I love Ener Valencia, bro. He's an Ecuadorian Superman. That's what we call him. But he's old, bro. This is the old,
third.
Man.
This is his third World Cup, right?
Yeah, he's an all-time Ecuadorian top scorer for the World Cups. Like he is that guy in the World Cup. But bro, he's old, bro. He's almost 40 now, going into this World Cup. Like I can't expect too much out of him. But he's the only striker that.
You had a striker that was a big promise. Was it Vegas or I can't remember his name right now, but he just didn't plan out, man. Just partying and stuff like that. I can't remember his name.
Again, I told you, every young striker, everybody says, "Oh my God, we need to try the young guys," right? So we tried the young guys, and then in 18 matches we scored 14 goals in the World Cup qualifier. The only reason we qualified is because we conceded 5. Again,
exactly.
I just it's one of those things where I just question where we get goals against these teams, but I don't think that. I think in terms of matchup, I agree. I think Germany first, just to cut short. I think Germany first. I agree. I don't think I'm as high on Germany as some people are, but I do think that in terms of a balanced team, there are more balanced team because I think Ivory Coast is just the African Ecuador, like an amazing defense and nothing going up top. That's really what they have. And so in terms of Ivory Coast and Ecuador, I think that game ends in a draw. I think I think it's gonna be a very physical game. I just don't see who scores goals for either team. They're very defensive teams. So in terms of matchup, it's the worst matchup for both teams. So I think between Ecuador and Ivory Coast is going to come down to whoever dunks on Curacao the hardest. I'm so sorry, Curacao. Happy to be there. Good day out. Good day out.
They're just here for the vibe, though. They don't even care what you said.
Shout out everybody in Curacao. I'm sure the vibes are going to be great wherever y'all play. You know what I'm saying? Great vibes. But it's going to come down to Ivory Coast, Ecuador. Whoever dunks on them the hardest is whoever gets second place. Or conversely, who do I think can get a draw out of Germany?
Yeah.
All right. So you lose.
So I think Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, Curacao. That's my order.
All right. So yeah, Ecuador wins second, and then Ivory Coast will. I think Ivory Coast will be advancing to the next round. To be honest, because like I said, there's a lot of third place teams that are going to be advancing now. Group F. The Netherlands. No, this is the side with the most World Cup finals without winning a single one. That's not a good stat that you want to be on. But hey, at least they're making it, right? That's kind of insane. Now, they do, like I said, they do tap the group with Poland. Poland now is going to be in the playing game. That, like I said, everybody kind of knows these players as well, like the Pai, the best striker all time. They do have Frankie de Jong, Gapco, Timber, Van Dijk, Dumfries. They are under Ronald Koeman though, so that might not be a good thing in my opinion. We'll see. We'll get a little bit of a discussion here going. Next up, I have Japan. Best Asian national football team, first team to qualify for the World Cup period. They were the first team to qualify, tapping the likes of Australia, Saudi Arabia, Indonesia, China. They also beat Brazil already. which is kind of weird. Like I said, Mitoma, Takekubo, Itakura, Nakamura. These are the like some of the highlight
Mm.
players to watch in this World Cup. Like I said, this Japan side, they also beat Spain and Germany in Qatar 2022. Next up, I have Tunisia. Let's be honest. This is another side that is going to be just happy to be here.
They
They do
started the
have
AFCON strong.
they do have a pretty good defense. I get it.
Yeah.
They have a pretty good defense. They dominated an easy group. They have 22 goals scores, 0 goals conceded. Tunisia, but offensively, I don't think there's anything there. So now let's vote. Who do you guys think will qualify from Path B? And I have Sweden, Poland, Ukraine, and Albania. I think is the other one. Now, if it's up to me, I'm going Poland. I think Poland with Lewandowski will qualify. I think Sweden has been the worst disappointment ever. Now we don't. I don't know what Isak now is injured. I don't know how far that's going to go. What do you guys think? I think for me it's between Sweden and Poland.
I agree with you. Poland. I think Poland should be winning that.
What do you say, Arsene? You
I
agree
know,
with that?
I agree
too?
Poland, but keep an eye on Ukraine. I could see potentially an upset
Mhm.
happening, but I'd say more often than not, Poland should go through.
All right. Whose turn
Mm.
is it to start? Is it me?
I think.
think so, 'cause
Yeah.
I
I
think
ended
maybe
last
it's
Okay.
time.
ours.
Okay. So
Maybe.
I
I'm
ended
gonna
last time,
start.
so yeah.
Okay. So I'm just gonna be quick because I just get this whole soliloquy. So I'm gonna go. Surprisingly, I'm gonna go Japan first. I'm gonna go Netherlands second. I'm gonna go Poland 3 and Tunisia 4th. Take it away, Arsene.
I agree with Japan, Netherlands. I do think Japan, Netherlands is probably going to come down to whoever wins the matches,
Their game.
the
Yeah.
the right confrontation. Because I think both of those teams, whoever comes through third or fourth, they beat. So for me, it's going to come down Japan, Netherlands, who can get the win against one each other is what's going to decide it. So I think it's going to be interesting in terms of Japan, Netherlands. I think I don't know. Are they going to be the last ones to face each other in the group in terms of the group stage matches? I don't know, but it'd be interesting if it goes down to the final day who gets the first position. Um,
All right.
I think that I don't know. I think Tunisia. I need to see the Afcon because I agree they did start well. So I need to see
Yeah.
because Tunisia could easily finish above Poland in third. But for now, I'm gonna keep it third, fourth. But I do agree. Keep an eye for Tunisia. Again, a lot of the African nations, I need to see the Afcon. Like I need to see it to like have a good conclusion of whether they're gonna be a.
Mm. No, I agree, man. Tunisia started the AFCON strong. I mean, they beat what you say, Uganda 3-1. Japan, Netherlands. I will not change the order as well. I'm not too high on Netherlands attacking wise as well. They only have
Mhm.
Depay. Like,
Yeah.
I don't see any wingers that can actually make Cody Gakpo. Maybe. I'm actually happy with that order that
Yep.
Miguel put. I'm actually
Okay,
happy.
No
so we
notes.
all agree then first, second, and third. So all right, so now we have group. Let's have Group G, right? Group G has the likes of Belgium. Look, man, every year, man, seems like Belgium just always. No, they're always underachieve every single time.
My
Now,
my my goat Hazard tried, man. My goat Hazard,
I
he tried as much as he could, bro.
I do think they are extremely lucky to get this group. I think this is a group where they tap Wales, right? That they that's how they were able to qualify directly because they beat Wales to this group. I think their defense is the issue right now. Like I said, they still have the likes of Romelu Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, who's playing extremely well. Now, Rudy Garcia, as a manager, has done a pretty good job with this side. Next up, I have Egypt also looking. I think it's actually this is going to be the first time Egypt is looking to make it to the round of to the next round for the first time ever. Which is it's just crazy that they've never been able to do that. Like I said, they did tap the pretty easy group to qualify. They still have no, to mention a few players, Mo Salah, Marmoush. I don't think they have a very good defense. Next up is Iran. They have an incredible opportunity here to get out of the group as well for the first time ever. So these are two sides who can make it to the next round for the first time ever. And I think the next stop in New Zealand, I think it's another team who actually, quite frankly, just happy to be here as well. Take it away, RSM. Who's first, second, third, and last?
Can we be honest? And I need to be honest. And listen,
Yeah.
is Egypt as good as we think? I'm gonna be real with you because this Egyptian team I feel like has been bad for a very long time. Because I think
Yeah.
here Egypt,
I
you know,
don't
and
think they're as good as what people think. No, it's just
they think AFCONs, right? They think the dominate, but this team is not good. I'm so sorry. If you watch that Egypt game that they had, oh my god, bro, it's not looking good. I don't know what that coach has them playing because the players technically, when you look at the names, should be playing better. But I think they're
yeah.
one of the worst teams to watch at AFCON. No cap. They have to be one of the worst teams to watch at AFCON so far. And they've been playing this
Yeah.
way for a while. So my question, like, if they don't sack the manager, if they don't change something, Iran could finish above them in second. Because I think Belgium finished first just because
Exactly.
I think Belgium finished first because they have the attacking power, 100%. New Zealand
Mhm.
finished last. You know what I'm saying? Shout out New Zealand.
Mhm.
But bro, Iran could finish second. I'm telling you right now, do not be like the upset could happen. Egypt could finish third, and I don't think that's crazy to say, because
Yeah.
this Egyptian team, yeah, they get the results, but in terms of actual good play, very little good play, very little
Mhm.
good play from this Egyptian team.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go Belgium, Iran, Egypt, New Zealand. Hot take, but I'm gonna say Egypt gets third.
It's not a hot take, bro, because I absolutely agree.
That's
Egypt
it.
are not good. Egypt, I mean, 2022 when they went to the AFCON final, lost to Senegal. Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah lost that. That was the last push they had, in my opinion. I think they're just going downwards. So I'm putting Iran second, Egypt third, and shout out to Chris Wood for New Zealand, man. They will be finishing fourth, in my opinion, as
Yeah.
well.
No, I got no objections here. Like I said, I think the descriptions from these teams, I actually there's no hot take at all, RSM. I do agree. I was gonna have Belgium and Iran as first and second, so that lines up perfectly. So next up is Group H. We have Spain, the Euro 2024 champions. They topped their group with the likes of Turkey, Georgia, and Bulgaria. They didn't even have one of their best players, Lamine Yamal, for a lot of stretches of the competition, and they were still able to top this group very, very easily. Next up is Cape Verde, and they have. I think they're making the World Cup for the first time ever, man. That's incredible.
That's
I'm very happy
crazy.
for this team. And you know what? They were able to top this group with the likes of Cameroon and Angola, which is, Cameroon, right? That's a big disappointment for them. And I think that's quite impressive. Next up is Saudi Arabia, right? I think they were the only team that beat Argentina in the World Cup Qatar 2022. They did finish
Mhm.
third place though, just below Japan and Australia, but they were still able to qualify directly to the World Cup here. Next up is Uruguay. They Uruguay has been awful lately. I'm just gonna go as far as to say Marcelo Bielsa seems to be losing this team by the minute. They started
Understandable.
just a couple, I think 6 months ago. They were playing pretty well. I think they actually snapped Argentina's biggest winning streak they had ever since the World Cup. I think they were the first team to beat Argentina, if I'm not mistaken, since the World Cup. They just drew to Mexico and they got absolutely slapped by the USA just a couple of weeks ago. I think RSM, right? You take it away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Spain first. I think that's very easy for me. Cape Verde, I think they're a good team. I think they probably finish last. I don't know. I just don't think I've seen enough from them in terms of, I think they're a very consistent team. I think they have good overall play, but I think the World Cup tends to be a lot of what individual moments can you get out of players.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that they have the individual play to kind of get that in close games, for example.
Yeah.
Um, Uruguay is not a good team, bro. Actually had it. They had a streak. I think they had a streak where they were like 1 win in 10, 1 win in 9 at some point. And they managed to barely claw it back at the end to, to qualify. And I think they're one of the teams that benefited the most from the expanded teams in this World Cup for South America, because they did finish fourth. But I'm telling you, if the pressure was on for them to, had to actually fight, and teams
Mm-hmm.
were hungry, if teams actually had fear, like before South American, it was all about fear, bro. Because if you didn't finish in the first four, it was rough for you. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like if the fear was there, I don't know if Uruguay would have gotten fourth, because I think Brazil, Paraguay would have hunted down a lot more than they ended up doing, because everybody kind of got comfy. Like, okay, because the drop off between sixth and seventh was 8 points, and sixth goes in directly. So it's just kind of like the fire was out a long time
Yeah.
ago for a lot of these teams. But I don't think Uruguay's a good team. Um, it wouldn't surprise me if they finish third. but I do think because the Uruguay midfield has to be one of the worst midfields in world football, man. Just like
Even
you
with
can
the
get
likes
mad
of
at me,
Valverde.
even with the likes of Valverde, bro. Because it's like, bro, when you have Ugarte and Betancourt as your midfield pivot, that's
It's
disgusting.
crazy.
Respectfully, that's so nasty, bro. That's like has to be one of the nastiest
It seems
pivots in
that
world
this
football,
these guys have been on here for like 20 years, bro.
dude. It's just
Yeah.
like, anyways, yeah, this isn't the 1900s. You know, what I'm saying it's not the dinosaur ages where Uruguay won the World Cups. You know that time is long gone.
Twice. Yeah.
They don't have any amazing. You know, they don't have a Suarez replacement. They don't have Forlan. They don't got heavy hitters. The less said
Darwin
about
Nunes,
Araujo.
bro. Darwin Nunes.
Listen, forget about Nunez. Listen, the less said about Araujo, the better. You know what I'm saying? That man is taking mental health trips.
Yeah.
So I think
I
I
hate
think it's
this,
gonna
bro.
be I think it's gonna be Spain first. Um, I could see Saudi second. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's crazy to say.
Ooh.
I don't think that's crazy to say because Uruguay is not a good team, man. When you get pumped 5-1 by the
So
US,
you got K Bird as
that's sad.
number 2.
No, I got Cape Verde's last. Cape Verde's last for sure. I think it might be Saudi Arabia, Uruguay, second, third. So it'll be
Okay.
Spain, Saudi Arabia,
All
Uruguay, and
right.
Cape Verde.
What say you, Warrior?
I'll say Spain obviously topping the table. I think Uruguay, despite them being horrible, this is a relatively easy group. You could say they had in the last few World Cups. I mean, they always used to have tough groups, so I think they should be making the round of 16. They have like Jose Maria Jimenez, who's been in the World Cups before. Uh, I think they should be making that man World Cup round of 16, and I think Saudi Arabia will be number 3. And you guys, I mean, the same manager who beat Argentina is still there, Hervé Renard. So they could be
Yeah.
making a deep run.
Mhm.
You never know. But Cabo Verde, big respect. I'll watch the AFCON if you guys do. I'll update my prediction maybe later on. But as of right now, you guys are last. So Uruguay second,
All right.
Cabo Verde last,
So
and Saudi third.
obviously, I think Spain is the favorites here to win this whole tournament, right? One of the top favorites, but probably top 2, top 3 for most people. I'm gonna go with them to top this group. Now, I do agree with Warrior. I think Uruguay gets they're not great right now, but they do get a break. They get to play the likes of Saudi Arabia and Cape Verde, and I think they can get they can easily get 6 points here. I mean, even Saudi, they haven't been playing any good football lately. So I'm gonna go with them as number 3, and they won't qualify as a third place team. Now, I was last, right? Or do yeah? I think I was last,
Yeah,
wasn't I?
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So next up, we have a Group I with the likes of France. Man, this team is absolutely stacked, bro. Listen, man, France is on an incredible run. They are the 2018 World Cup champions, runner up in 2022, man, and they literally qualify with these. And we don't need to name like the Kylian Mbappe's of the world, Chouameni, Camavingas, the Michael Olises, right? This team is just crazy. Next up is Senegal. Very strong international team. I think ballers all over Europe. Nicholas Jackson and Baye, Matarsar, right? Sadio Mane as well, still there. Now Norway, for most people, including myself, one of the easy dark horses of this competition. Erling Haaland, right? He takes this side to the World Cup for the first time since 1998. But here's the kicker: he makes his debut at the World Cup in general. He has not been on the World Cup, and this will be a first time for him. I'm very happy for Erling Haaland. To be honest, I'm so happy he was finally able to get over the hump and propel this team to the World Cup. And man, they top a group with Italy and absolutely slap them 7-1 in 2 games. They have 37 goals scored and only conceded 5. Like I said, with the likes of Odegaard, Sorlath, Antonio Nusa, I think this is the easiest dark horse. And now we have to vote on who will be part 2. Now it's Bolivia, Suriname, and Iraq. And I'm just gonna vote real quick, and I'm just gonna say it's gonna be Bolivia, bro. Bolivia will qualify for the World Cup, in my opinion. What about you guys?
I'd
Uh,
probably favor Iraq. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so Warrior, you have a tiebreaker. I mean, do you think Iraq? You think Bolivia?
I think I'm gonna have to go with Iraq as well. I think.
All right,
I
so
mean, I
Bolivia
haven't
gets
watched
out.
Bolivia. Yeah,
My
I
my
watched
issue is
Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Bolivia. If Bolivia isn't playing, 4,000 meters right next to the moon, they're not a great team. So that's just my
Okay.
one thing with Bolivia.
Okay. All right. Watch Bolivia make it, man. Watch Bolivia make it. All right. I told you so. Number two. I'm writing it down. All right. So, you take it away, RSM. Group I, all yours.
Oof. I mean, this is definitely going to be one of the most interesting groups because I think this is all very strong teams. I think Senegal is a very, very strong team.
Yeah.
Obviously, less said about France, and Norway as well, especially if Iraq gets in there. I think that's a very interesting group. Because I don't think any
People
of those
say
teams
this
I
is
would
the
say,
group of death. By the way, people say this is the group of death.
I think
yeah,
it
for
is,
sure.
to be honest.
It is 100%. I think when the way I look at it is I think France first, 100%. I think Iraq is probably going to end up last, and then I think it's between Senegal and Norway, because I do think Norway is very good in attack. Because when you have Erling Haaland, man, that's just he
Yeah.
bullies back lines, man. It's
No, their
he's a freak
attack
of
is
nature.
insane, bro. Their attack is insane.
Attack is so good. Please, honestly, I'm gonna go France, Senegal, Norway, and Norway's gonna qualify as best third, and
Ooh.
then because I think people are looking at this team. I think people are looking at this group and they're breezing over Senegal as if they're like a nothing team.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
oh, it's
Yeah.
good.
man.
It's
Yeah,
because when people
yeah.
talk about this group, they say that
I agree.
Mbappe, Holland, but bro, Senegal is a good team. People are
True,
breezing over
true.
Senegal are a
Yeah.
good team. So I think Senegal goes second, Norway third, and they're gonna qualify as well, as one of the best third place teams, and then Iraq's gonna be last.
Okay. Warrior.
I mean, I was born in Norway and I still love Norway, so I might be biased, ladies and gentlemen. I am look, the
Hot take.
qualification round that this guy had was absolutely crazy, man. The amount of goals they had like 29 goal difference. They only conceded 5 goals. This is the one of the most dominant qualifications for the World Cup I've seen, and they have the momentum. And I think they will be scoring a lot of goals against Iraq. This guy has been stat padding against a lot of teams, so if they manage to draw against France and draw against Senegal and score a lot of goals against Iraq, they could potentially be finishing first. But that's been be biased. But France in the last Euros, they have been very, very underwhelming under Didier Deschamps. I think ever since the 2022 World Cup, they have been kind of falling off, being stagnant. I think Zidane should have been the manager, in my
Yeah.
opinion, as of
The
right
champ
now.
should have been fired after the Euros.
Yeah, exactly. But I will just give them the edge for the number one, and think Norway will be second. And shout out to Senegal, who also started the AFCON very strong. They will be third. I'll what you say, not be shocked if they finish second as well. But
Yeah.
as of right now, I'll go Norway number two, and third Senegal, and fourth Iraq.
Yeah. So I do agree. France will be number one. I mean, let's be honest, man. There's two or three international teams here in this freaking squad, man. It's just ridiculous. I do see everyone's point. You know what? Even though Norway is it's my dark horse. Man, I do agree with RSM, man. We're overlooking Senegal, and I have a hunch that they're gonna be second in this freaking group.
I'm telling you,
I'm
man.
gonna agree with RSM. I'm gonna go Senegal second. I'm gonna go Norway third, but they definitely qualified to the run of 32. Now, next up we start with Warrior, but let me introduce the defending World Cup champions in Group J, Argentina, man. Listen, man. I do think that Argentina here. I mean, are they on the conversation for a dynasty? Because listen, bro. Look, they have back-to-back Copa America champions. They're not Messi dependent anymore. To me, I think they're literally chasing a dynasty. They just won the World Cup. That they qualify on a very difficult South American qualifiers, but they beat Colombia by almost 10 points, who Colombia was second. That is ridiculous, man. Julian Alvarez, Enzo Fernandez, Lautaro Martinez, Thiago Almada, McAllister, Dibu Martinez. We all know the list goes on. Next up is Algeria. After a huge disappointment missing the World Cup in 2022, now they come back and they're very, very underrated in my opinion. They did top their group. They do have the likes of Rashad Mattis still there, Mohamed Amoura. No, I think the defense is going to be the problem for them in this competition. Next up is Australia. No, first World Cup appearance since 1998. They topped the group with Bosnia and Romania. Ralph Ragnick is the manager for them. I did think they topped a pretty good group. I think they topped a group in the Euros. Austria did. That
Yeah.
had France and the Netherlands, which is ridiculous. How did they do that? I don't know. Next up is Jordan. World Cup debuted right for Jordan, so that's a no. This a see. The nice thing about having this expanded World Cup is there's a lot of new countries that are making a debut in the World Cup, and it's just going to be beautiful to see. Like I said, Jordan qualified automatically though in a very tough group with South Korea and Iraq. They don't have a great defense, but they have players. They have players as well. Like in Ligue 1, they have Tamari and then they have Al Nahad, which is actually an absolute stat striker. What are
Yeah.
you guys are saying? And who starts? I think it's Warrior who start this off with Argentina and the Group J.
Yeah, I'll start. I mean, Argentina, we don't even have to talk about them much. We all know the GOAT is there. They have a solid squad. And I think this will be his last World Cup, which gives him extra motivation to finish this World Cup strong. I think they will top the table easily. Number two for me will be Austria, to be honest. I think they also had a, what you say, golden generation, you can say, maybe, with
Mm-hmm.
David Alaba. What you say, the list goes on, man. I can count a lot of players who Marko Arnautovic, who also will be having his last World Cup as well. Ralf Ragnick, who's a great manager, who managed
Mm-hmm.
Manchester United in a tough period, who inspired a lot of good coaches like Jurgen Klopp, Thomas Tuchel as well. I think they will finish second. Algeria, who also started the AFCON strongly, just today with Zinedine Zidane watching and his son playing for them as a goalkeeper, Lucas Zidane.
As a keeper is funny,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I think Algeria will be finishing third and Jordan will be finishing fourth, in my
Okay.
opinion.
All right. So Argentina, obviously, number one. They're gonna make a deep run, and like I said, I think they're on the verge of a dynasty here. Um, I think for me, this is where RSM will tiebreak because for me, I'm gonna go Algeria will be the number two here. I think they're very underrated. I do think they are the better side out of this group. Is not named Argentina. I think they're better than Austria right now as we speak. In my opinion, I think Austria goes third and Jordan goes fourth. Take it away, Arsen.
Yeah, I think Jordan last. Uh, I again with Algeria, I need to see the Afcon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's one of the for African teams. That's how I'm gonna rank them.
Yeah.
Really, is in terms of the performances. Because it's the last big tournament setting for these teams before the World Cup, and it's gonna happen. Within a time span where I don't expect too much to change. Right? It's not like Copa America that happened. Years ago now. At this point, where you can't really take too many things about how the team's gonna go into a World Cup based off the Copa America. But for the Afcon,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely can. So I'm gonna probably go. I'm gonna tip it to Austria, then Algeria.
All
Jordan last.
right. So Austria gets number two spot. Man, no way. Algeria. I wanted Algeria to be number two. I guess Algeria will number three.
Mm.
Let's see. Group K now with the phony goat. Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, so listen, man. Portugal, man. A lot of people's favorites this year. People say, finally Cristiano Ronaldo has a group that he can, rally around and compete for the World Cup. I do see that. I mean, they do have, like I said, I think the last I think it'll be a lot of, like, look man, it'll be Messi's last World Cup, it'll be Cristiano Ronaldo's last World Cup, probably be Lucas Modric last World Cup as well. So this World Cup, man, is going to end a lot of great players, which is going to be ridiculous, man. Which is going to be even more special, to be honest. It'll be the last time we see these players in the toughest competition in the world. Like I said, we don't need to name a lot of names in this Portugal side, man. Joao Felix, Vitinha, Nuno Mendes, Rafael Leao, Fernandez, Joao Neves, Bernardo Silva. I mean, the one thing though, maybe this team will have an inspiration with what happened to Diego Jota. God rest in peace, right? And they now the biggest question for me will be Roberto Martinez. Ever since he joined, He has given Cristiano Ronaldo like his flowers, and he has been starting him every single game. And I think they recently, they won the Nations League in Europe by beating Spain, which actually was very impressive. So am I the one starting here, or yeah, I think I'm the one starting, right? Or is it? Yeah, I'm the one starting. So I'm gonna go Portugal one. Oh, actually, sorry guys, I was jumping the gun here. I didn't introduce Colombia. Third in the qualifiers. Actually, I made a mistake. I said second earlier. They were third in the qualifiers. They do have. I think ever since they switched from I think it was Duran who they made a switch. They started benching him, and now they have Luis Suarez there. And ever since then, they have playing extremely well. They did beat the likes of Venezuela on a very must-win game to qualify for this World Cup, 6-3. Like I said, they have James Rodriguez, Richard Rios, Luis Diaz. I think they are going to be a very tough out, and they can very well top this group if they get a good result against Portugal. Now, we have to vote on who will be path one. So path one has, let's see, do I have path one here? I believe is
I got it.
Uzbekistan,
Yeah, it's DR Congo,
Congo.
Jamaica,
Yeah.
or New Caledonia.
So,
Oh.
what are you guys saying as far as who? I mean,
Well, first things first, I will be tuning into the DR Congo Jamaica game. I think
I
anybody
I
should
say
tune into
I
that game.
say
It's gonna be a great
Congo.
game.
Congo
Yeah,
qualifies.
I'd
Congo
say Congo
qualifies.
as well.
I
Okay,
I
say
really
Congo
like
for
Congo.
sure.
okay, we'll say Congo. So Uzbekistan is also part of this group, right? Uzbekistan is going to be making their first ever debut at the World Cup. They were second, just behind Iran in their group. They do have the likes of Kuzanov from Manchester City, and they recently beat Egypt as well. So, so the next one is actually, yeah, Congo. We'll just say Congo will be the other team. So RSM, you take it away. Portugal, bro. Portugal Group K.
Yeah. I think Group K is interesting. Um, because I think if DR Congo goes through Group K, that's definitely an interesting group. I think Uzbekistan is last. Unfortunately, I think they're easily the weakest team here. They're just kind of got a very difficult group for them.
They're here for the vibes.
Um, yeah, they're definitely here for the vibes. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think they should, be expecting to really have any big upsets. I think Portugal first, Colombia second, and DR Congo third.
Okay. Warrior.
I will obviously Portugal, easily the favorites to top the league table, you should say. Uh, Colombia second. I mean, James Rodriguez will have a final push. Uh, I think third should be Congo, in my opinion. Uzbekistan. I mean, the only player I know from Uzbekistan is Husanov, who plays for City. So I'll be shocked if they actually do well. I haven't been following him that much, so they could maybe do an upset. I don't know much about them, but as of right now, I'll go with what I know, and that is Portugal number one, Colombia second, and third, Congo fourth.
Listen, man, I have no say in here anymore because you guys voted one and two. Now I do agree, but I will say let's don't sleep on Colombia. I think Colombia can give a lot of problems to Portugal when they play each other, and I think that's ultimately going to decide who will be first and second. I do give Colombia a very good shot at competing against Portugal. Now, Portugal, I think, is a safe bet here. I'm going to go
Mm.
Portugal as well and Colombia second. Congo, though, I think they will qualify for the next round, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Now, next up, I have England in Group L. Man, this team is absolutely stacked, just like France, man. There's ballers all over the place. They were the first European team to qualify for the World Cup. 22 goals scored, and listen to this, man. 0 goals conceded in Europe. That is crazy. Under Thomas Tuchel, right? That's their manager right now. Listen,
Mm.
that he made some questionable and what some people call outrageous calls in his day, man. He has been hesitant to call Jude, and when he called him up, he has been benching him. He has not called Trent. Cole Palmer. Those players who are going to be balling out for them. Harry Kane, of course. I mean, this team is absolutely stacked. Man, Morgan Rogers has been balling out as well, which is the main reason why kind of Jude Bellingham has been on the bench because Morgan Rogers has just been balling out. Next
Yeah.
up is Croatia. Man, Croatia. this is a tough out, bro. Like this is as tough out as will ever be in the World Cup. Listen, they already beat England in 2018, right? They were 2018 finalists. Third place in just last World Cup. They were third place
Yeah.
after beating Brazil. Man, that was a very surprising result that they got. But of course, they hit a brick wall against Argentina and the goat Messi. They topped their group. All right, they scored 26 goals. The likes of Lucas Modric will make it his last World Cup. Of course, Perisic is still there as well. But who takes it away? Is it Warrior or who? Is it you, Warrior, that takes it away here? I think so, right?
Ouch. Yeah, I'll just start. I think England, like you mentioned, 22 goals, 0 goals conceded. A lot of rumors about Bellingham potential not even making there. A lot of English fans are even saying we should not take the Bellingham to the World Cup. It's crazy what's going on around there, but I think what Thomas Tuchel has built in this short amount of period he's been there has been absolutely fantastic. So I think
Mm-hmm.
there should be number one. Croatia is my second as well. Like I feel like I'm repeating myself saying like this is the last golden generation for them as well. Because Modric will be this will be his last. Perisic this will be his last.
Oh,
Kovacic potentially as well.
Warrior. Sorry to interrupt you. Actually, I forgot to introduce Ghana, dude. I forgot. No,
Yeah.
they do have some well-known players, right? Like the likes of Iñaki Williams,
Semenyo.
Salisu, Mohamed Kudus. Like this is a quick fan fact about Ghana, though. I mean, they qualified for the World Cup and they did not qualify to play the AFCON,
AFCON.
which is
Yeah.
how did that
It's
happen? I
crazy.
have no idea.
I'm
So
actually
listen,
surprised.
and then Panama, right? They struggle in the qualifiers, but they were able to make it through. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll say Ghana. They have also great players, but for me, they will be finishing third. I know they have Anton Semenyo, Kudus, Inaki Williams, like you mentioned, but I think Croatia have enough to what you say experience to finish second, in my opinion. Panama. I mean, Panama is always unfortunate to be in England. I mean, they were in the same group in 2018 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Harry Kane just scored against us. Belgium even cooked them. I think they
Mm-hmm.
should be last for this group as well, in my
Okay.
opinion.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with England first. I'm gonna go Croatia second, and Ghana will be third. Panama will be fourth. What say you, RSM?
Honestly, I think England first, Panama last. I think the one thing I think it's unfortunate for Croatia is they do have a very old generation of players. And so playing a physical team like Ghana and England is going to be difficult. So it wouldn't surprise me
Mm.
if Croatia finish third, but I think they're going to finish second though because they have a lot of quality still.
All right. So
Okay.
real quick, let's pick the best. Let's pick the best third place teams. I do say Korea and Switzerland are automatic with Norway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so automatic qualification here.
Scotland as
Yeah.
well, in my
Okay.
opinion.
You agree with that, RSM? Scotland?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do think Ivory Coast will be as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I think they could. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 3. Now I do think Turkey with the likes of Yildiz and Arda Güler, right? Do you guys agree with that
Yeah.
one? Do
Yeah.
you guys think they
And
qualify?
I think, yeah. I think
Okay.
Italy is one of them as well, right?
No, yeah, Italy. It's let's see,
No,
where's
Italy we had
Italy?
qualifying directly. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we
Okay.
hadn't qualified
Okay.
directly, exactly.
Okay.
So there's a lot of teams who are going to qualify. See, that's the thing, dude. I think Poland will qualify as a third place. What do you guys say? Do you guys think Poland or Algeria, or if you guys like one of these, just
how
let
many
me
spots
know.
are left? How many spots are left?
I think there's 2 more spots left, and I think it's Poland, Saudi, Ghana, Egypt, Algeria.
Mm.
I think Algeria and Poland, but you guys tell me. What do you
I
guys think?
think I think Ghana is good as well, to be
Oh,
honest.
actually, Congo.
Nah,
Oh
bro. The
yeah,
R
yeah.
Congo got a tough group, man. Unfortunately for them.
Okay, all right. So Poland, does Poland get in or
Yeah, yeah.
Algeria?
I think
Poland.
both of them.
Okay,
I mean,
Poland
those are the
and
last two, right?
oh,
Yeah.
I guess more, bro. So the only third places eliminated is what, 3 or 2? Let's might as well put Congo in, bro, because Ghana.
Ghana.
Ghana. You guys think Ghana? What do you say, Sam? Ghana.
Yeah, but my issue with Congo is I think it's gonna be difficult for them just because they're in the group with Portugal and Colombia. So
Yeah, and
they have high chances of ending up with one of the lowest goal differences in terms of making it as the best eight.
yeah. All right. So should we go with Ghana and Egypt then, or what? I don't even know how many of these teams are going to be out, man.
Uh,
I don't really like.
I,
I'm just gonna say that I don't like the fact that this many teams on third place are qualifying for the round of 32. I'm
I
just gonna
think
say that.
Miguel, I think it's already that's the limit. I think if you go scroll up, if you
Oh
just
yeah,
go
that
up,
you're right. You're right. That's the
yeah,
limit. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So
that's the limit.
perfect. Ah, it's perfect
Yeah, I'm
then.
fine with that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
All
fine
right.
with
Let's
that.
pick the knockout stages real quick, and we'll try to not to be so in depth because it's the video is running a little high now. So
Yeah.
it seems that in Philadelphia we get the first so Pot C, right, which is going to be Turkey. I'm going to go with Germany. And we'll just move quickly. I'm going to go Germany here over Turkey. What are you guys are saying here?
I
Yeah, I
agree.
think we can all agree just Germany, France go through immediately. I think that's pretty.
Yeah, Germany and
We can just
France,
agree on that quick.
and we have them facing in the run of 16, which is really crazy, man. Mexico, that means Mexico will be facing off Canada, man, right off the
That's
bat,
funny.
bro. Yeah, that is funny. I'm gonna go with Mexico here. I think Canada have
Yeah,
not been great as of late. What do you say, RSM?
agreed. Yeah, Mexico go through.
I
Or
agree as
yeah,
well.
okay, all right.
I
So
agree.
what we'll do is now okay, you start, RSM. Well, now you start, and we'll just alternate.
I'll go Brazil.
Brazil over Japan. Okay, okay. I'll let you pick, Warrior, because I'm gonna pick Japan, but I'll let you pick.
Uh, I'll go Brazil.
Okay, I was gonna go
Brazil.
Japan, but of course I lose. So Brazil it is. All right. So now we have Colombia, and you take it away, Warrior.
I say Colombia beats Croatia.
Colombia will beat Croatia. What do you say, RSM?
Agreed.
Okay, agreed. So Spain, Australia. That's an easy one.
Yeah,
I got
Spain
an easy
easy.
one. Yeah, Spain. So USA and Swiss. What do you say, RSM?
Uh, oof. 'Cause I don't think the
That's
Swiss
a
team is
that's a
bad.
tough one.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Ooh,
If they're at
because
home, they're
I
gonna
could see
be playing in
Switzerland
San
taking this.
Francisco. Yeah.
I'm gonna go US. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to decide. I'm gonna go US.
All right, a
I
Warrior.
I think US as well because I think they're gonna have momentum with the home ground.
Okay.
USA. I was gonna pick USA. Like I said, the Swissmen they're always make it tough in this competition, but I think USA being at home, I think they will make they make the round of 16. Now let's see, Warrior, Belgium or Korea.
Belgium, South Korea. Ooh, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just say Belgium. You know, I know I could see this game go both ways, but I'll take it safe and go
Uh,
Belgium.
Belgium always disappoints. I am gonna go with the upset here. Korea, the tiebreaker will be yours, RSM.
Yeah, this and I agree, but I think this is where I'm gonna go. This is where I'm gonna choose my upset at. I think Korea go through. This is my
There
upset
we
take.
go. Korea, let's go. Belgium, as always. Morocco versus the Netherlands. I'm just gonna go say, man, this is gonna be a very fun game, man. This is gonna be a fun game. Who's first? I think it's me, right? I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the unconventional. In my opinion, as most people will say, the Netherlands, because that's most people know the players. I'm gonna go with Morocco here.
I'll
RSM.
go with Morocco as
Uh,
well. So RSM can be, or I think it's already 2-1.
Yes,
Two people.
yeah, I'll go Morocco. I'll go Morocco for sure.
Morocco over Netherlands. Although the Netherlands do seem to make deep runs in the World Cup. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Ecuador, RSM, it's fitting that you start this one.
Yeah, not only is
Ecuador versus
this
Senegal.
is a rematch, by the way, of Qatar,
Uh-huh.
Ecuador Senegal once again. I think that we lost to Senegal because we were a very young team at that point. I think we were the
Uh-huh.
second youngest team in all the World Cup. We were the
Mm-hmm.
second youngest team in the entire World Cup in Qatar. And now our players are better. They're in better teams. They've got more
Yeah.
experience. We have league winners. We have Champions League winners. You know what I'm saying? We have
Yep.
World Cup champions. So I'm gonna go Ecuador for this one. Had to
What
back
about
my
you,
country,
Warrior?
man.
I'd go for Senegal. I'd go for Senegal for
I
this
get
one.
to do the tiebreaker here.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Listen, man. Ecuador solely on defense. I already said this, man. They're automatic round of 16. So I'm gonna go with Ecuador on this one. I think their defense is just too much for Senegal. I don't even know if they're gonna have enough offense to be able to score on them. I'm gonna go. I'm definitely gonna go Ecuador here. So now we have South Africa against Scotland. This is going to be, I mean, low key, man. This is going to be fireworks. I think this is going to be very, very even here. I think I'm going to go as far as maybe say 50-50. I'm going to go probably what I'm going to call unconventional. I'm going to go Scotland. RSM,
I'm gonna go South Africa.
South Africa. So, Warrior, you are the tiebreaker.
Ooh.
You're the tiebreaker.
I love my South African people, but unfortunately, I think Scott McTominay is too good to be stopped.
There
so I'm
you
going
go.
for
Scott
Scotland.
McSauce. Scott McSauce.
Yeah.
Got it.
RSM loses here. Scotland advance. England, take it away, RSM. England versus Norway. Wow, what a game! What a
That's
game
a big
we
time
have going
matchup.
on here.
So this early in the tournament, that's a big time matchup, man.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness,
I'm gonna have to go.
man.
I'm gonna have to go England just because I think England is one of the favorites and justifiably so. I think in terms of attack, I think England and Norway can go band for band in attack, but I think in terms of defense, like when you have players like Reece James, you know what I'm saying, in your defense, it's a long day for Norway, man. So I'm gonna go England.
What about you, Warrior?
I'm devastated, man. I want
yes,
to know.
it's a tough round of 32. Yeah,
you know what's
it's
funny?
bad,
If
man.
I would have known that Norway was gonna draw England, I probably would have him second. I probably so
you know,
just to be fair, if Norway goes second, they would avoid England.
Yeah, for sure.
But now I'm just gonna say Norway, so Miguel can be the tiebreaker.
Listen, man, I have England making a dip run. I do have England making a dip run, so I will be contradicting myself. I have to go with England. They're absolutely stacked. I think this is going to be a tough matchup for England, though. In the run of 32, they're getting hosed, man. They're getting hosed because they're facing a very tough out here. If this ends up happening, I think they're going to sweat every bit of ounceman in their bodies to be able to go past Norway, in my opinion. So, next up, we have Argentina versus Uruguay. Take it away, Warrior.
Oh, we have a South American clash already. I'm gonna go Argentina. Obviously, I think they'll just be too good for Uruguay, in my opinion.
Yeah. What do you say, RSM? I'll let you go. I'll skip.
Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina. I think it's easy. I think Uruguay have not been playing great. They should not be advancing to the round of 16. It will be an absolute travesty to the football world if they beat Argentina in the round of 32. Now, Paraguay versus Iran. I'm not going to lie, man. This is a very even matchup as well. Take it away, RSM.
Yeah, it is. Wow. This is literally a 50-50. It could go either way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. This could go down to pens even. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Paraguay though. I'm gonna give confidence to Gustavo Alfaro because I think he's a great coach.
Yeah, he's a great coach. He manages very well.
He's a great manager.
A Warrior?
I'd say Iran. You know,
Iran. Oh, I get the tiebreaker. This is gonna be ridiculous. You know what? I'll be honest. This is very 50-50. And I don't want to see Argentina go through South American run here. I'm gonna go with Iran just because I don't want to see Argentina face Uruguay and then face Paraguay. I want to see them face other teams, so I'm gonna go with Iran. So path A was Italy for us. So Italy against Algeria. Take it away, Warrior.
Italy, easy. Italy for me.
Italy. Okay. You know what? Upset alert. Algeria. Algeria beats Italy in the round of 32. Yeah, I said it. You take it away, RSM. You decide. I have, by the way, I do have Algeria as one of my teams that I think they do very well in the World Cup. That's why I'm
dark horses.
Yeah, dark horses for sure in this one. Yeah, man.
By the way, does Italy knew this? Because they're getting such an easy run from the group
Yeah,
stages, and if they do top this group, which is very doable, they get to face Algeria, bro, in the round of 32.
yeah, they should be happy.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go another upset. I'm gonna go another upset because Italy first time
There we
back in the World
go.
Cup after so long. This
Yeah,
this isn't a World Cup team. I'll back the upset. I'll
Algeria.
back the upset. I'll back the upset.
All right. So now next up we have Portugal versus Ivory Coast. Go ahead. Oh no, it's my turn. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Ivory Coast. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Mm,
I wish that happened, but no, it's not gonna happen. It's
yeah,
Portugal going to the round of 16. What do you say?
Yep.
I'm assuming everyone will
yeah,
say
it's
the same
everyone.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, so now we go back up, right? And now we have Germany against France. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man. If this happens, bro, this is
Oh.
gonna be a ridiculous clash in the round of 16. Who takes it away? Is it you, RSM? Is it your turn?
Think so. Ooh. I'm gonna go France though. I can't lie.
Yeah. France is gonna be it's gonna
More complete
be
team.
more
Yeah.
complete team. Warrior.
Yeah, I'll agree with RSM there. France is too good.
Listen,
I think.
I agree as well, but I do think that Germany will give them a very, very good game. It's going to be a very good game. It's not going to be as easy as easy as it seems. I think it's going to be a tough game. And
Mm.
Mexico, they finally get to play their so-called fifth game. Unfortunately, right? It's because there's a round of 32. They
Hmm.
get to face Brazil. Take it away, Warrior. Brazil versus Mexico.
Uh, ooh. This is a rematch of the 2014 World Cup game, which they also drew, if I'm not mistaken. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think this. I think I'm gonna go for Brazil. Brazil
Yeah.
should do the job against Mexico, hopefully.
Do you agree, RSM? I clicked on it because I do agree with
Uh,
Warrior.
yeah, Mexico. Mexico doesn't have has a lot of weaknesses in their defense. Like Brazil's gonna have a lot to work at
Yeah.
in 90 minutes to be able to get a goal. So
Yeah, I think over the course of 90 minutes, Brazil just has too much talent against Mexico, especially
yeah,
if one of them have to win. Mexico would just have to just have a miracle game. Um, so next up is Colombia versus Spain. This is going to be a very fun game for me, in my opinion. I am going to go with Spain, though. Unfortunately for Colombia, they drew one of the toughest teams in this entire competition, and I think it would be Spain advancing. Take it away, Arsen.
yeah. This is gonna be a good game. Give me
Yeah,
like a 4-2. 4-2 Spain. Like it's gonna be a good game, man.
yeah, it's gonna be a good game. So you take Spain. What about what do you say, Warrior? Just for fun.
I agree. I agree with I agree with Spain. I think it's gonna be a very, very entertaining game. A very, very close game as well. Not as crazy, like easy as it's people might think it's gonna seem
Dude,
like.
so far, if it happens, man, that we just hit on all these predictions, dude, we nailed the run of 16. It's just gonna be fireworks. It's just gonna be fireworks.
Yeah.
Because next up we have USA against Korea, bro.
So,
That's it. Take it away, Warrior. This is gonna be a very interesting game.
ooh. I think this is where I'm gonna start going with the upsets. Or even though I don't even think it's an upset, I think it's an even game. I think I'm gonna go for South Korea. I think they
Yeah.
have good players to beat USA, in
I
my
am
opinion.
gonna go USA. USA. USA wins this
Oh
game, bro.
no.
They're gonna make a deep run, qualify to the quarterfinals because they are the home side. They will
You
have
you
enough
know
to
I was
beat
about to say
Korea.
like one of these home sides has to make it to the quarters though.
It
It
will be
has to be
Yeah.
one of
USA.
them.
It will be USA. You take what do you say? Actually, I clicked on it before I asked
No,
you.
I'll back it. I agree. I think one of the
There
home
you go.
teams,
Let's go.
barring Qatar, I think one of the home teams always has to make a really good run.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. All right. So now we have a Morocco against Ecuador, man. I think this is a no, like I said, if this happens, though, the World Cup should be rooting for us to get it right. Because if we get it right, dude, look at this round of 16, man. This is a gauntlet of just great games all over the place. We have Morocco against Ecuador. I think a very, very good balanced team in Morocco against a very tough out defensive team. Might even just take them all the way to overtime or penalty kicks because let's be honest, Ecuador, they can just sit back, play great defense. It's gonna be a tough out. I'm gonna go with Morocco here, and I want RSN to have the tiebreaker here.
Ooh, okay, so I'm gonna go for Ecuador
No,
then.
no, no. Let RSM go.
Oh
'Cause
yeah, yeah, yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah.
pick
Okay,
the
okay.
same one, then
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Go
I
on.
think it's gonna be a difficult game because I do think Morocco have a very very good team. Um, it really is gonna come down to can Morocco score on Ecuador. I think that's what's gonna come down to every game that Ecuador plays is can you score on Ecuador? I think if you score on Ecuador, then you stand a good chance of winning the game. It's that simple because we are the best defense in world football. So if you can't score on us, it's just a long day for you. We can't score
yeah,
either, but listen, in knockout tournaments, it ain't the worst thing. And
yeah,
I do have to say something. In terms of Copa America, we're the only team in all of Copa America that just went by that scored a goal on Argentina. We're the only
yeah.
team that scored on
Hmm.
Argentina in the entire tournament.
Yeah, plus they have a
Um,
great defense, and when there's a knockout stages and you have the best defense, that you can be a very tough out.
it's a good look, yeah. So obviously, I'm gonna back my country on this one. I'm gonna say Ecuador goes through on pens.
All right,
Ooh.
so Warrior is actually the tiebreaker here.
I'm a have to back RSM's country there. Ecuador
Yeah,
gonna go through.
Ecuador,
Dang!
man.
Yeah.
Wow. I
Wow.
hope,
It's an
dude, dude, Ecuador makes it to the quarterfinals. I'll be happy with that, man. Ecuador, man. Let's
Bro,
go.
I'll be happy. Listen, you're gonna catch me in Miami, man. If we make the quarters, bro.
Yeah,
It's gonna, bro. It's gonna be. I'll tell you, it's gonna be a repeat of Copa America, except the Colombians. It's gonna be Ecuadorians in the vents
by
this
the
time,
way,
trying to get into the
if
stadium.
if this happens, bro, it's in New York, man. It should be close to you. The game Ecuador Morocco should be close to you.
Yeah,
So next up is Scotland versus England. This is gonna be a very good game. Scotland will just I don't think they'll have enough to beat England though over the course of 90 minutes, even though they might make it difficult for them. Now I do think that England is on a wrong end of the stick here, having to beat Norway in the round of 32 and then having to beat Scotland in the round of 16. But it is the World Cup after all, so it's going to be all tough games. I do have England advancing though. How are you? I'm sorry, RSM.
yeah, England for sure.
England. What do you say, RSM? England? I'm sorry, Warrior. Did you say England as well?
Oh, I think you're muted.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was mute. I was mute.
Yeah.
Big up to Scott McTominay, man. I think England's gonna go for. I think England's gonna win it.
okay.
Unfortunately.
So we have Argentina versus Iran. I think we can all agree this is going to be Argentina going through, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentina. It's easy. And now we have Portugal. I think Portugal would ultimately beat Algeria. I think Portugal will have a pretty easy run up until this point, though. Having to beat Ivory Coast and Algeria, I do think Portugal will go through.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah. I
Yo,
mean,
get,
it's
no,
gonna eat. Yeah, yeah,
Portugal, come on, man.
yeah, yeah. Portugal. Yeah.
I know you
I'm not
see who's
gonna.
on the other side of that. I know you saw who's on the other
Yeah.
side of that. We all want to see it, man. Come
Ooh,
on.
now that will give us
Woo!
Messi versus Cristiano
Sheesh.
Ronaldo, bro, in the quarterfinals. That would be just I cannot
That's cinema,
wait
man.
for that, bro. This is gonna be great, man. This World Cup is gonna be insane, bro. All right, so we have France versus Brazil. Take it away, RSM.
This is, I mean, once we get to with this stages, everything's a movie. Everything's a movie at this point. You know what I'm saying? This is when the world starts tuning in. Even if you're not like a big football fan, a friend tells you, hey, listen, it's France Brazil. You got to tune in. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those games that everybody's gonna be seated watching, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's gonna be close because I
yeah.
think if Brazil do get to these later knockout stages, they are going to feel the momentum. They're gonna feel like, hey, this
Experience,
is
bro.
different. Yeah, this is different. This isn't like years past. We have we have players, we have team. Um, but I
Ancelotti
do
is a
still
very proven manager.
Yeah.
exactly. I still favor France though because I think France have more options off the bench than Brazil do. I think for me it's that simple. Like you said, there's two squads within the French team that could easily be top international teams. So I'm gonna go with France on this one, but it's gonna be a good game.
Warrior.
Yeah, man. I can what you say trust France more in the later stage in the World Cup last 2 years. They proved it very, very
Yeah,
like amazingly in the like later stage. I mean, Brazil lost to Croatia and they lost to 2018. They lost to what you say Belgium. So I'm trusting France more in this kind of circumstance. So I'm gonna go for France.
Yeah, I think France as well, but don't sleep on Ancelotti, man. They made incredible runs in the UCL with some pretty mid Real Madrid teams. Trust me, man. Being a Madrid hater, I know all about that. Now, let's go with Spain and the USA, man. I think we can all agree that Spain will be advancing, right?
Yeah.
To the semifinals. I think it's Spain over
Fairy tale
USA.
ends. Fairy tale
I
ends. Yeah.
think this is where it ends for the USA, unfortunately, right? All right, so that goes. We have in the semifinals France against Spain, which is going to be amazing. And
Oh,
actually, we need one more leg here, right? We need one more leg.
Yeah. We had the
Okay,
other side
so
of the quarterfinals. Yeah.
so Ecuador against England. Take it
Once
away,
again, man,
RSM.
history repeats itself, bro. History repeats itself. I swear to God, if this time instead of David Beckham, it's Reece James that knocks out my country, man, I'm gonna be depressed for like 3 years, bro. It's gonna be a lifelong depression.
Yeah. So who are you taking?
I'm gonna have to take England, unfortunately, but
Yeah,
yeah.
England.
it's gonna
What do
be
you
it's gonna be a good one.
I
Warrior?
mean, big respect to Ecuador, man. Quarterfinals should be, I mean, very, very
No,
good
it's big.
achievement for you guys.
Yeah, it's
So
big.
England's gonna take it away from here, man.
I agree.
England's
I
winning.
think Ecuador don't have enough firepower to go up against the
Exactly.
likes of Harry Kane, Saka, and all these players. Marcus Rashford. We know all these players. I think this is where
Cole Palmer and Reece James hooping on my country,
yeah,
man.
Cole
Depression.
Palmer. This is where not having an attack, even though you have a great defense, is not enough.
Yep.
Then we have Argentina, bro, against Portugal, bro. You take it
The
away,
stuff of
Warrior.
dreams.
You start, and then I
Oh,
go.
this I think this might be the most viewed like World Cup game in recent time.
No,
Obviously,
It
this will
this will
be
be no, I
breaking
guarantee you
records.
though,
he
this will
will
be
break.
the most viewed quarterfinal game of all time
Yeah,
for the rest of history.
easily,
There's no quarterfinal game that's getting as
easy.
many views.
Bro. Leo
It will break
Messi
the
in his
internet. It will break the internet, bro.
exactly.
It will. It
This
will.
will
Bro,
break the
Leo
internet.
Messi in his last World Cup against Cristiano last World Cup. Everyone, bro, it will be absolutely cinematic. But I'm going for Argentina's Leo Messi. They're gonna beat
Mm,
Portugal.
Okay, so to make things interesting, I'm gonna go RSM go. I want to hear his thoughts, and then
yeah.
if there's a tiebreaker, I'm going.
So for me, I think that this Portugal team again, they won, right? So this team is winners in it. They know what it feels like to win a trophy, and I think that means a lot. Equally, Argentina also have that. The one thing I will say, I think is Argentina is going into this World Cup as the second oldest team now, or one of the oldest teams in the entire World Cup now.
Hmm.
And when we get to these later knockout stages, you look at the midfield that Portugal has, you look at some of the defenders that they have, um, and the attack against an older team.
Hmm.
I could, to spice things up, I'm definitely gonna choose Portugal because I think we can't discount Portugal again. I mean, you look at the
Yeah,
players they have. They have current Champions League winners in
this
their
is
squad.
the
So
this is the first World Cup that Cristiano Ronaldo can say we can win the World Cup. We can
he
literally
has a real
win the
team.
World Cup.
He has a real
We have
team.
a real team, very stacked. Vitinha. No, I have a lot of respect for John Neves. Man, this team, Nuno Mendes, it's ridiculous, bro. The talent that they have. Listen, I think what's going to be important here in this game is going to be experience, and I think Argentina solely on experience. Portugal, I mean, I don't have they ever made it to the semifinals? Probably a couple times. I'm not even sure about that. But Argentina, on the other hand, they are the defending champions, and I think the likes of Lionel Messi, I do think they do have, even though they have a lot of experienced players like Lionel Messi, Rodrigo De Paul. These players are a little bit older. They do have very youngsters though that are balling out, like Thiago Almada, for example, like Julian Alvarez. Even though they have Lautaro Martinez, I think they have a very good combination, and they have a great defense. Like they always do seem to have good defense. Like Divo Martinez can save them in penalty kicks as well if they ever get to that. I am gonna go with Argentina and Portugal.
Nice.
Will kind of get upset here because let's be honest, we all see them as a top four team in the world right now, even though Argentina is as well. I just think Portugal got unlucky here and they get to face Argentina. Otherwise,
The
let's go ahead.
I agree too with what you said. I think in this tournament setting, Argentina know if they play for if it's overtime, all they need to do is
Mhm.
hold on, and Martinez will win it for them in pens. He's the best pen keeper I've seen in my life. He
Yeah,
is the best
exactly.
penalty stopper I've seen in my life.
Exactly, man. It's incredible. And like I said, they do have a very nice combination between experience and young players as well. Like I said, Thiago Almada and Julian Alvarez. These are very, very good ballers that are just younger in the younger generation of Argentina. So I do think that I think they got a little bit unlucky, but let's be honest, it's the quarterfinals. There's gonna have to be some tough outs, and the
And
semifinals will. Go
And by
ahead,
the way,
Warrior.
Robert Martinez, his record with the Belgium Golden Generation, we have to take that into consideration. The way he did it with managed to take that Hazard, Kevin De Bruyne, that stacked Belgium side to even World Cup final, even Euros final is absolutely horrible. Like everyone says that he's failed a generation. So
There's blood on
Uh-huh.
his hands,
that's
man.
like so. This World Cup, he has to be very brave.
Yeah,
He has to take some bold decisions. That's the only way I
yeah.
can see them going far.
Now we have a semifinals, France versus Spain. Man, this is a lot of people wanted to see this a final, and now we get to see in the semifinals if everything happens the way our predictions go. Take it away, RSM. I think.
Yeah, I think this is where having Didier Deschamps as your coach is gonna, bite you.
Hmm.
I think that this is where France bows out and they see that they need to bring Zidane in to kind of coach this next
Yeah,
generation. I think Spain go forward here.
yeah. Warrior.
I think I agree as well. I mean, I think Spain will absolutely replicate what they did. I mean, the back-to-back games these two has faced each other. 5-4 against Spain won them in the Nation League. The Euros, Lamine Yamal cooked them. So De La Fuente has Didier Deschamps' number as
Yep.
of late. So I'm just gonna stick by that. Spain beating
Yeah,
France.
making it to three straight finals in the World Cup is just ridiculous to me. I'm gonna bet against the field here. I think that it's incredible to make it to three finals. I don't think they'll do it. Because they did win 2018, they went to the 2022, and now it's 2026. I can't have them go to three straight finals. I'm gonna go with Spain. I think they have the better side, anyways. On the other side, we have England versus
Ooh.
Argentina, and I think Warrior, you start.
Yeah. I think this is where I'm gonna go on upset, and this is where I think England can beat Argentina. Unfortunately, Leo Messi. Look, as much as I want him to win. Like I want to be making this prediction objectively, but at the same time, my heart says Messi's gonna win it. So I'm kind of conflicted, but thinking objectively for this semi-final, I think England has enough firepower to beat Argentina. Midfield, they have amazing midfield. They have even amazing defense as well. Uh, I think what Thomas, I mean, they didn't even concede a goal in the qualification round. That tells you a lot how Thomas Tuchel has transformed this England side. I think England are definitely going to be like 2-1 close game Argentina, in my opinion.
Okay, so I want to hear you, RSM. Go ahead.
Okay. For me, this is I agree. Obviously Messi's my goat. I grew up watching him as well. So
Hmm.
obviously I would want him to, go back to back final, and then get a rematch of whatever the finalissimo is gonna be. Because remember, Spain Argentina is going to happen.
Yeah.
Um, I think unfortunately, Tommy Tuchel, shout out Two Chains, you know what I'm saying? That's the guy that got me the UCL. He is he's one of the best cup managers that is available, right? And I can put it that simply. He's an amazing cup manager.
Yeah.
He's able to, draw up schemes for every team that he's faced.
Yeah.
And that's why he conceded 0 goals. You concede 0 goals because you set up right for against the other team every
I
single
I
time to
hate
nullify them.
him because he literally overthought it against Real Madrid in the semifinals against when he was coaching Bayern Munich, bro. They were winning 1-0, and in the last 10 minutes he takes out Sané, I think, and he took out Musiala, and they went. It was
Mm.
ridiculous. They capitulated in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the positive and negatives of having like kind of those. I mean Pep did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Pep also happens. It happens with those type of managers. They overthink it sometimes, but I do think that this is where Argentina bows out.
Yeah,
Which isn't going to be the end of the world because I think we get a rematch. It's funny we get a rematch of the previous World Cup final in the third place. We get
yeah,
Argentina France again.
Yeah.
But I
yeah.
do think this is
Oh, that
where
would be funny.
England.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, we get the rematch for
Listen,
third place.
what I'll
What do
say
you think?
Listen,
is I do. I was gonna go with England anyways as well, but there's one thing that has me concerned about this matchup is England has a history of underachieving, especially when it matters most. They've always been can't get over the hump. They always can't get that. For example, with Harry Kane, right? They've never been able to win anything. And I thought that was the
Mhm.
first time they do it at the Euro Cup, and they played against Spain, and they couldn't beat them either. So I do see them being the favorites here, but I will not be surprised if Argentina goes through, just because England and their history of not being able to just deliver when it matters most, especially in a World Cup setting in the semifinals. But we're just gonna go ahead and just say England will make it to the
Yep.
final, which brings us to Spain versus England in New York.
Rematch.
This is gonna be
Rematch.
insane. The rematch
Ooh.
of the Euro Cup
Rematch.
2024, guys. What are you guys are saying? Take it away, RSM.
Me personally, I think this is where I this is where I have to like start talking. This is where you. I think these are teams that are both so equally good in all aspects of their game. You know, they can have dominant midfields, dominant attacks, dominant defenses. I think this is like the premier matchup. I think when these teams are firing on all cylinders and their players are playing at their best, they have the best squads in the world. Um, and I look at it, and me personally, I this is just again from what I know. You take Cole Palmer to a final, he's gonna show up, right? I have confidence in Reece James. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? I've seen Thomas Tuchel in finals, come up with amazing schemes for the other team. So me personally, I'm gonna have to, I listen. I don't want England to win. I need this to be prefaced. I would not like England to win. However, I do think that this unfortunately might be the time when it happens. I'm not gonna lie to you, because
Okay.
this is the first time England as well have a fully fit Reece James, and Reece James is a better player than Trent. I don't care what you want to tell me. Reece James is a
Yeah.
better player than Trent. Always
That's
has
why
been.
he's not calling him.
It's that simple. Again, every by the way, it's every single manager, even when Reece James was injured, called him up above Trent. It's like it's too obvious that Reece James is an amazing
Oh,
baller.
Reece James is a
Um,
baller, dude. Like
he's a
to
baller. He's a
me,
baller.
the Trent can't defend, bro. Like it's just like, it's not even a
Yeah.
question. It's not even a
Yeah, so
question.
for me, unfortunately, I think like when I look at that, obviously Lamine Yamal, in my opinion, is probably the best player in the world in terms of just pure talent. I think he's the best player in the world. So it's going to be a very close match. I don't think it's going to be as high goal scoring, maybe as people will believe. I don't think it's going to be like a 3-3 like we got last time.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a 2-1. It's going to be a 2-1, and I think that it's going to come down to whoever gets the moment of individual brilliance, to kind of get the go ahead goal. But I'm gonna give it to England because I think you got somebody else is gonna choose Spain. So I want to hear the tiebreaker.
Warrior.
And this is why I'm gonna go for Spain.
Yep, there you go.
Look, hey, Lamine Yamal, I'm just gonna back my Barcelona fans,
Yeah.
players here, man. Pedri, Lamine Yamal. I think they proved it last time. Lamine Yamal had an assist against them to Nico Williams.
Hmm.
Dani Olmo also saved the header from the clearance, against Declan Rice or someone. Look, I think it's gonna be way difficult than a lot of people think. Like, I think Thomas Tuchel's gonna coach a way better performance or team than what Gareth Southgate did back in 2024.
Yep.
So Spain, it will be like, if for them to win this final, they will have to work for it. Like, they will have to rely on magic moments from Lamine Yamal. Pedri has to stay fit, even though he didn't play in the World Cup, the Euro final that the Spain had last time. So we could have seen something different for Spain there as well. So that's why I'm kind of confident for Spain at this game as well. We haven't seen Pedri play against England at all, so it will be very interesting to see. Uh, I'm gonna go for a 2
Yeah.
nil Spain win against
Yeah.
England.
So I think this is where this is gonna be an interesting matchup. By the way, if it happens, I'll be happy. No matter what happens, I do want Spain to win. But like I said, I think overall, if you look at these rosters, England is definitely, I think it's definitely a little bit better, because in terms of all around. For example, Spain has been able to get by without a striker because they have Oyarzabal, who has been delivering for them every single time. They do have the
Hmm.
likes of Mikel Merino, who has been scoring a lot of goals as a kind of like a number 10, so to speak. But England, they have a very good defense. Very good midfield, man. This is ridiculous how all around how great England is. If we look at in terms of striker, they have Harry Kane. In the midfield, they have Declan Rice. Right, they have Morgan Rogers. This is just anywhere you look, right? England is I think is the better all around. But I do think Spain has enough to be able to beat England. England has to show me that they can win the big games, that they can win a title. I think Harry Kane has still have not been able to win anything with England this whole entire career. England, has he won any titles? I don't think so. I think he broke the curse with Bayern Munich. So I think the streak will continue with England, and I think Spain will win the World Cup.